Liv Morgan has the WWE Universe buzzing yet again, and this time, the conversation is louder, more passionate, and more divided than ever. In a year where WWE has seen major shifts, emerging stars, and unexpected comebacks, Liv Morgan's meteoric rise stands out as one of the defining stories. Today, we're diving deep into why Liv Morgan is not just thriving, she's reshaping the entire landscape of WWE's women's division. It's impossible to talk about Liv's current momentum without first appreciating the road that got her here. 2024 wasn't just a good year for Liv Morgan, it was the year that changed everything. From a character standpoint, she evolved in ways nobody saw coming. From an in-ring perspective, she hit new levels of intensity and precision. And when it comes to connecting with fans, Liv managed to turn a loyal fanbase into an outright movement. By the time 2025 rolled around, Liv wasn't just keeping pace, she was setting it. Heading into WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Liv and Raquel Rodriguez are scheduled to defend their women's tag team championships. Although who their challengers will be remains a mystery, speculation is swirling, with names like Maxine Dupree, the Metaphor Girls from NXT, and other rising teams all being thrown around. But the real story isn't just who Liv will face, it's how she got to this point. Standing tall with gold around her waist, commanding attention in every arena she steps into. A few weeks ago on Raw, Wade Barrett gave Liv a huge endorsement on commentary, calling her one of the best competing today. For a long time, Liv had fought for respect, clawing her way up from underdog status. So when Barrett's praise hit the airwaves, it wasn't just another compliment, it was validation. But Liv, true to form, didn't settle for being called one of the best. In a candid interview on Pillville, Liv made her feelings crystal clear. "I am the best," she said, "not one of the best, the best." She spoke about finally receiving the respect, admiration, and recognition she feels she's always deserved, and the conviction in her voice left no room for doubt. Liv's journey from underdog to dominant force is even more impressive when you consider the timing. WWE needed a new star. They were losing Becky Lynch. They were losing Rhea Ripley. Two of the biggest names in the women's division were stepping away, and WWE faced a choice: scramble for temporary solutions, or build someone new from the ground up. They chose the second path, and they chose Liv Morgan to lead the way. Her return at the Royal Rumble wasn't just a comeback, it was the beginning of the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Immediately thrown into a feud with Becky Lynch, Liv came up short, missing out on a WrestleMania moment. But behind the scenes, WWE was already plotting a bigger story. They knew Becky wasn't sticking around. They knew Rhea's injury was more serious than initially thought. So they pivoted. They doubled down on Liv. Liv's success wasn't just handed to her, she seized it. She put in the work. She sharpened her character, her promos, her in-ring storytelling. She took the lessons from her 2023 injury layoff, the same one WWE used in storyline to fuel her eventual feud with Rhea Ripley, and she came back smarter, tougher, and more dangerous than ever. Liv has spoken openly about how the time off was a turning point for her. She used it to study, to learn, to figure out exactly what it would take to not just survive in WWE, but to thrive. And when the opportunity came, she was ready. Liv captured the Women's World Championship, became the first ever women's crown jewel champion, a milestone many fans forget, and held her position at the top for most of 2024. But what truly separated her from the pack wasn't just the titles, it was the attitude. Liv Morgan stopped waiting for permission to be great. She decided she already was, and fans responded. The brilliance of Liv's 2024 wasn't just in the matches or the promos, it was the way WWE wove her into the larger tapestry of the women's division. With Becky Lynch's departure and Rhea's injury, WWE had a gaping hole at the top. Liv filled it, and she did it with a swagger and a legitimacy that silenced even her harshest critics. Whether it was upsetting Becky Lynch in a steel cage match, hijacking Dominic Mysterio's storyline heat with Rhea, or infiltrating Judgment Day in ways nobody expected, Liv proved she could be the centerpiece of multiple major storylines and deliver. Fans should also remember that WWE made these moves at lightning speed. In just 3 months, Liv went from sideline to world champion to dominant faction disruptor. It wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence, it was the product of years of hard work, smart storytelling, and a performer finally getting the spotlight she had earned. Now, as she stands on the cusp of WrestleMania 41, Liv Morgan is not just another star on the roster. She's a symbol of WWE's changing guard. You can see it when you look at the broader landscape. Bayley, once the heart and soul of the division, is now focused on putting over younger talent. Becky Lynch, the biggest name of the last decade, is transitioning out. Charlotte Flair is still a powerhouse, but she's being positioned to help launch Tiffany Stratton, another new face WWE is heavily investing in. Even legends like Bianca Belair and Io Shirai are still young compared to the next wave rising through NXT. The women's division isn't just evolving, it's undergoing a revolution, and Liv Morgan is right at the center of it. She's not just a byproduct of WWE needing a new star. She's a statement, a warning, a signal to every up-and-comer that the future isn't promised to the biggest name or the best athlete. It belongs to the ones who fight for it, who seize their moment and refuse to let go. Liv's partnership with Raquel Rodriguez adds another layer to the story. As women's tag team champions, they represent a hybrid of power and finesse. Raquel brings the muscle, the raw strength, the dominant physicality. Liv brings the fire, the speed, the psychological warfare. Together, they're a nightmare matchup for any team. And yet, the tension that could simmer just beneath the surface makes them even more fascinating. Could WWE be planting seeds for a future split? A future betrayal? Wrestling history tells us that no tag team stays perfect forever. And with stakes this high, anything can happen. Looking ahead, Liv's future looks incredibly bright, but also incredibly challenging. As the division reloads with fresh talent from NXT and the independent scene, Liv will have to keep evolving. She'll have to stay sharp, stay unpredictable. Because if there's one thing WWE history teaches us, it's that the crowd can be fickle. What's hot today can grow cold tomorrow. Liv has spent years cultivating loyalty among fans, but she knows better than anyone that in WWE, you're only as good as your last match, your last promo, your last moment. And yet, if anyone can thrive under that kind of pressure, it's Liv Morgan. She's already proven she can overcome setbacks. She's already shown that she can take advantage of opportunity. The real question now isn't whether Liv can hang with the best, it's whether the best can keep up with Liv. Heading into WrestleMania, one thing is certain, Liv Morgan isn't content to just be part of the show. She's ready to steal it. She's ready to cement her place not just in the current generation, but in the history books. Every time she steps into the ring, every time she grabs a mic, every time she stares down the next challenger, she's building something bigger than just a title reign or a moment. She's building a legacy. And for fans who have been on this journey with her, the fans who have chanted her name, celebrated her victories, and agonized over her defeats, it feels like validation. It feels like witnessing the payoff of years of belief, loyalty, and hope. Liv Morgan is no longer the underdog. She's no longer the plucky sidekick or the almost there superstar. She's a champion, a leader, a force. The best, as Liv says, may still be yet to come. But make no mistake, what we're witnessing right now is already historic. And if Liv Morgan has anything to say about it, history is only just getting started.